work, 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 work. To me, I get work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So some me by that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. In the girls and her, da, 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 da. Drive me a dessert. Nothing to have you lurking.
Yeah.
You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the righteous. Nobody text me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I must leave a decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for phone, yeah.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Miss Angie coming to bring you another video. This video is replacing fear with faith when you're in a relationship. And I felt like this video was very important because this is something that I currently struggle with. Also, I just want to always try to put a quick disclaimer out there that I'm not trying to tell anybody how to operate in their relationships or pass judgment on anyone. I'm just going from my personal experiences and talking about it so I can help somebody else. So let's get into the video. First, let's get into the definition of fear. Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone is or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. And the definition of faith is the complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So for me, I definitely put my faith in God, and I pray about a lot of things. And like I said, that I stated in previous videos, dating was something that I didn't quite pray about or add God into the equation. So I definitely felt like this video was very important because a lot of the stuff that I've been through, now moving forward and trying to change the way I date and try to change the way I operate, I noticed that even within the change, I have fear. I have fear of what that next relationship looks like, especially now that I am dating. It's like, it's hard because you don't want to be hurt again and you want to be able to trust again. So I have to learn how to replace the fear that I have with having faith that I'm able to make the right choices or the right decisions, and I'm able to move forward and to know that if there are red flags, then you know that that's not the relationship for you. Instead of continuing to go and continuing to try to make it work so that you don't find yourself in a situation of being hurt. I did write a few little key points and stuff like that I did want to share. But I feel like we all have those moments. We take caution. And relationships are definitely one of them. It's hard to trust. It's hard to be on the same page. It's hard to give your all when you're in fear. You tend to kind of like match up when you start dating someone new. You be like, okay, you know, I gotta look out for this. I gotta look out for this. You know, it's all these different points because you're like, I refuse for somebody to get me again, and I refuse to be the one looking crazy, and you know, and it's like you're just operating in this whole like, almost like in this whole, you have your guard up. And so in having your guard up, you are kind of with the back and forth. Can I trust? Can I not trust? You know what I'm saying? Can I believe that what this person is telling me is really true? You know, of course you have to see within people's actions, but it's a lot. But I look at it like, if you can replace that fear and just start having faith, maybe this relationship might work out, because now I'm operating in a different light. You know, maybe because I'm taking it slower this time, that this relationship may be able to take a turn for something positive. Or maybe this is not a relationship, but maybe I can make this a friendship. Because a lot of times we could be missing out on friends thinking that they are the one, but they could legit be a friend, you know? So I look at it like you have to look at it from all aspects and try to take that fear and try to say, you know what, I made mistakes in the past, and I know I was operating differently when I was dating in my past, but now I have faith that you have to have that confidence in yourself to say, I'm able to be a great judge of character, and I can see, okay, this might be something positive for me to get into so that you don't get hurt. And believe me, in relationships, you're going to get hurt. In relationships, you're going to have arguments and disagreements. So I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is that when you're operating in fear, it hinders the whole process of seeing where this relationship can go. So, the start of replacing fear with faith, it starts with healing. This is the very important, because you can have a successful relationship with resentment and pain that you're holding on to from other relationships. I'm not saying that you have to be perfectly healed. No one's saying you have to come A1 when you're coming into your next relationship. But you have to get some of that pain off of you and have that healing process started, I feel, before you jump into another relationship, for sure, which I've talked back in my past videos. You have to kind of look at it like, okay, what baggage can I leave in my past so I can start fresh? Do I need to stop the whole looking through the phone? Do I need to stop the whole trying to find out what's going on social media? Like, there's different things that you have to leave in your past that you used to do so that you can let that part of the fear not take over you. So I feel like healing is very important. And I'm not saying, because no one in life, you're always learning. In life, you're always on the journey. So you're not going to be 100% healed. But if you start to take that time and say, I'm going to take this year to really focus on me and see where I need the healing from my past relationship, by all means do so. Because then you won't be bringing baggage from your past relationships, which I've talked about before also. But that's a lot of, you have that fear because you don't want to get hurt. So the healing will help you in this process of not letting fear overtake you. Another thing that I noticed was also, fear will keep you guarded, but faith will have you open up to the right one. Fear will make you give up on relationships. Faith makes you see the worth in the relationship. So, like I said, being guarded. But if you have that faith and you notice in this person, okay, something's different, then it'll have you open up to that person. But if you start to get those red flags and you're starting to see, like, I'm starting to see that there's lies, and I'm starting to see that even there's untruth about certain things, then you kind of be like, all right, maybe I need to stay away from this, And then, like I said, also, fear will make you give up on a relationship. Faith makes you see the worth in the relationship. Fear will make you constantly say, and I've been the one who has done this, you constantly say to yourself, well, do you really, want to be with me? Or is this really something that's going to work? Because, I know from my past, and you keep bringing up the past, and you're not going to move to your future. You're not going to make that next step to say, okay, maybe this is a positive relationship for me. So it's like you have to somewhere be open in this process. And I'm learning to start to say, I have to have faith. I have to have faith that there is the right relationship out here for me. I have to have faith to say that it's possible to be in love and to be married one day. And I know that I have healed in a lot of different areas, but I also know that I haven't healed in a lot of different areas in the way that I date now, in the way that I communicate with, the guy that I'm talking to. And it's not his fault. It's just me needing to understand I need to release and let a lot of that go so I can see where the relationship can take us. Where can the relationship be? If you keep talking negative, that's another thing too. Your fear is causing you to talk negative. And if you keep letting that negativity show up in your relationship, show up in your dating, even show up in your marriage, because I've never been married, but I'm sure it applies for all lines right there. It's like, if you keep letting it show up, then expect it to start to manifest in that. Instead of you saying, okay, I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes, and whatever is for me, and whatever is not, here you go, man, I don't even, you already closing the book. You already shutting it down. You already like, I don't even see how this is gonna work. And believe me, that has been me plenty of times, because of me being hurt or because of the lies that I've heard. And I mean, the dating scene for me after coming out of a relationship for 8 years, it was so new to me. It was like, wow, dudes is really out here like that. And I mean, this video is just speaking on that. Like, even though it looks like on the outside it's hard to date, it's hard to find somebody trustworthy, but at the end of the day, I look at it like, if you take the key points and you focus on the things that you want for yourself, and you don't sacrifice and say, you know what, I'ma settle, and know what you want and be upfront with that person, and then see where it goes. Because like I said, you never know. You might actually have a friendship out of this situation instead of a relationship. And that's perfectly okay. Because every situation is not meant for a relationship. But I look at it like, as women and men, I think we all have some form of guard and some form of fear because we have been hurt. And I look at it like, if we start to put the positive out there and start coming with that mindset of the positive, I think that you will be able to notice those red flags and then tell yourself, okay, you know what? I'm good. I don't think we should talk anymore. And I feel like what we need to understand is being open and honest, like I've talked about before. You have to be open with the person that you're talking to so that there's nothing that you can sit up there and say, okay, it was miscommunication, I was leading someone on, because that's the last thing you want to do, is lead somebody on. But I look at it like, at the end of the day, if you come up front with what you want out of the relationship or what you're looking for, and you're honest about it, then, and be your real self, be who you are. I think we come out here, and I'm victim of it. You want to show that you're this great person, but nobody's perfect. But you want people to know, because I know for me, in my relationships, I was always dedicated to showing that, but sometimes it's like, it's okay to show that you have a goofy side. It's okay to show that you're not always perfect. Instead of coming out the gate like, oh, I'm just this perfect person, and I just, I've never done anything wrong. And I've never been a person to cheat in my relationships. But my thing is that sometimes when you're sitting in that initial conversation, girl or guy, it's okay to say, I've been in a situation where there was infidelity and I was the one who did it. It's okay for you to be honest, because that is your real truth. I think later on, when people find out that you were a cheater or find out that you did something in the relationship that caused the drift or whatever, we get afraid. That's another part of fear. We get afraid that the other person won't receive us. And a lot of times that could be the case. But I feel like it takes a lot of pressure off of us if we decide to be open and real in the first place and just say, this was me and I want to change the way I date differently. You know, let that other person take that information and make their own judgment on it. Because at the end of the day, if that relationship is for you, it will be for you. So, like I said, I want you guys to just replace that fear with faith and be positive. Even if it takes minutes for you to just go ahead and pray on it. It's nothing wrong with praying on, you know, they always say pray for your husband, pray for your husband. You can pray for a positive relationship also. You can pray for positive friendships also during the journey that you're in. But we have to take out the fear. We have to not be scared to get out there, because then we're, you know, sitting at home and we're like, I want this for myself, but we're not going out there to reach that goal. We're not going out there to really see what is the possibility of me really meeting somebody and it works for me. Because I know it's out there. Because you have to have faith and you have to put it out there and say, it's possible for me to find love. It's possible for me to be happy. Yes, have I made my mistakes? Yes, have I made mistakes as far as choosing who I date? And yes, I've made mistakes in my relationship also. But now that you're learning and you're moving forward in the journey of dating and learning yourself, you can be better and you can make the better choices for yourself. And sometimes it takes time to really learn somebody and not rush into the relationship. So this is my video on, you know, dating, taking that fear out and putting in faith. I would like you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And like I said, these are just videos that I just, you know, from my personal experience, want to talk to other people because they could be going, you know, through the same thing. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks. Bye.